with another episode. It's been another week after waiting a week and 2 days, which felt like forever. Just because it was 2 extra days, it just seemed to take way longer to wait for this week's episode, episode 6. Just finished watching it. Probably the most emotional episode, at least since episode 3, I thought at least. But that was it was a great episode again, and we're going to get into the review here just after the opening. Alright dudes, well don't forget, like and subscribe, all that noise. But yeah, the opening was great. Getting to see Graham Greene, a Canadian staple. As a fellow Canadian, I've always loved seeing this guy in big Hollywood productions, and he's been in a lot of movies over the year. Like, he's been around for a solid 30 plus years as an actor, and it was just great to see him in anything again, because I just always loved him. So seeing him in the opening of this episode was great. I mean, I knew he'd be in it because of the trailer, but it's a little disappointing that he wasn't in it as long. He was just in the little opening scene, but they warned him about this river that sounds way more foreboding than it actually was. But this little couple, native couple, were pretty funny. They're unusually jokey about the situation. This guy shows up at their house with a gun, and they're just kind of laughing about it. They've also been like in the woods since before the pandemic even hit, so that was interesting to hear that. I don't remember the game enough to remember if Joel was having issues as well. Like, it made it seem like it was a heart problem, but later it reveals that it believes to be just a panic attack. Maybe that's what it was. He wasn't really clear. There was a lot of development between Joel and Ellie in this episode. Like, Joel's getting less irritated by her presence, which I guess is a nice thing. And they had a lot of like really quiet moments of just them talking about things about their life. And yeah, so it was just nice to see them develop their relationship between them further. It's definitely a more of a Joel-centric episode. I think probably the most Joel-centric episode since the first episode. And we're seeing some more of him and how he's feeling so hesitant. Not hesitant. He just doesn't feel like he should be the one that taking Ellie on this journey anymore. He feels like he's not strong enough for it anymore. And then here we are, the bridge and whatnot, and all the snow, and all this looks pretty real. I don't know how much this might be said or not, but I remember watching some of the stuff of them filming this behind the scenes. This moment here was pretty tense with these guys, these Raider guys. This moment with the Raider people, or I don't know what you would call them, but they were just, even though I kind of had figured these were people that would know Tommy, this is how they would get to the city where he is. Jackson is where it is they end up going. But kind of a tense little moment here that was tense, but at the same time I'm like, obviously they're going to get out of it. So in this moment here between Tommy and Joel was pretty, at first I thought maybe it was after the initial pandemic, but they made it sound like they've definitely were doing some stuff together. They killed people a lot, maybe but I don't know if Joel was or not, or he just was like part of it and then he left, or he never really believed in it. But a nice little moment here between these two guys. And Tommy was great. Gabriel Luna was great. I don't know if he's going to be in the show anymore after this, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we'll see him again. Again, I'm not really sure if he's going to be in the next episode. There's only 3 episodes left, and I know one of them is going to be the one with Ellie and Riley in the mall. It's probably going to be next episode. A little bit more of Ellie's sassiness here when Tommy introduces them to his wife who's pregnant, Maria. And I'm pretty sure this actress was in True Blood. It kind of looks like her, but I haven't seen her in anything in so long. But I'm pretty sure I think Tara was her name in True Blood, because I watched that show, so I'm pretty sure that's her. That's another HBO classic. But Ellie was being particularly spicy in these couple. Sometimes she's almost a bit too much like chill out, Ellie. Don't be so much of a little jerk. Just whatever. But yeah, Tommy reveals that they're like together, and that's kind of a moment where Joel was like, this moment here I kind of like though, just because Ellie's telling him, hey, say congratulations, and you're not really sure what Joel's thinking of at the moment. We all know he's thinking of his daughter, because I'm sure he thinks about his daughter, but he doesn't seem happy about it. Truthfully, I'm not that clear on why Joel isn't as happy about this. Maybe because he was hoping he was just going to take Tommy and they're going to go together. But I mean, it's actually dumb to leave this place. I mean, Joel has to take Ellie somewhere, but they should definitely come back after their little journey. It doesn't seem right that he would be upset about that. I mean, why can't Tommy be happy? Right, and this is here where Ellie learns about Joel's daughter Sarah, which I don't remember if that was how she found out in the game. I thought it was an interesting choice to have someone else tell her that. So I don't remember how she found out before, but I thought it would have been more dramatic to have Joel just like say it to her. But Maria reveals it to her, and then Ellie doesn't react. She's just kind of like, okay. Yeah, so in this scene is where she learns that Joel had a daughter and she died. She's like seeing it right there on her face. I guess she didn't know about that. And this moment here is pretty dramatic where Joel is kind of just having a breakdown of like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not the one to do this. You got to do it. He tells Tommy that you got to take her. He tells her that she's immune. So he convinces Tommy to take him, but I'm not sure what Tommy is supposed to say to his wife about why he's taking her, because Joel made him promise not to tell her that Ellie's immune. But yeah, a pretty dramatic moment here with Joel. He's kind of like having a little breakdown of like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not equipped to do this anymore. Can you please take her? And it was definitely an emotional moment. And I guess Ellie was spying on them, even though they don't show her anywhere. Right? And then they have their little moment here as well, because she's like, you're going to leave me? And he's like, this moment here, actually, I got a little choked up, because Joel's kind of breaking down, and Ellie's like, don't leave me, everyone leaves me, la la la, now you're leaving me too. Another great moment here with Ellie waiting to go in the morning, and we hear the boots coming, and I'm sure there's a part of her that wishes it was Joel coming up the stairs, but it's not, it's Tommy. But Tommy has that look of like, I don't want to do this, but I guess I have to, because I wasn't surprised that we would see Joel down here, and then here he is. And then, Ellie's like, oh, you're gonna come say bye. Then he's like, I thought I was gonna take this horse, but now I guess I'm not. He couldn't really let himself just straight up go. Ask her. So it's kind of like, why even have him have that moment of, no, I don't want to do this, and then be like, all right, never mind, I'll do it the next day. And why even ask Ellie? Because he knows she's gonna say, yeah. A lot happened in this episode. Like I thought they would be in Jackson longer. I thought Tommy would be around longer. I'm wondering if this is the only time we're ever going to see Tommy, or we're going to see him again later. Then a nice little light moment between Ellie and Joel with him showing her how to shoot. Here they are at SAIT. Well, I call it SAIT because I know this building in Calgary. It's a huge college. It's like a huge local college, and I totally missed out on possibly coming here while they were filming to get some footage, because I showed up. The day I showed up, they were just cleaning up all these leaves. So it was a bummer that I missed. But I saw a lot of stuff online of people, like they were filming us while people were still in class, like in here. So it was kind of interesting that they would shoot right outside a classroom window. But I mean, looking at it, you can see how well distressed everything is. I mean, if there are people in these classrooms, they either like made them not sit by the window or just somehow digitally remove them. So, more great set dressing as always. It's always on point. I feel like there's like very little to like almost no CG in this episode. Everything felt very real. And this nice little moment here as well where Joel was saying how he wanted to be a singer when he was younger, which is kind of random. I'm wondering if they're going to show him sing later on. Because, we all know that they both play the guitar later on in Last of Us 2. So then they get to see some monkeys, or baboons as they are. Yeah, so they go inside the building, and it's pretty abandoned, minus a couple of baboons. Too convenient. They just go into a random place that has baboons on it. But there happens to be a map right there on a board of exactly where they're going, and Joel figured it all out. These are the things you have to do to tell their story. So now I guess they think they're going to go on to Salt Lake City. Then Joel gets attacked. They get attacked by some, I don't know what you call these kind of people. I would just call them raiders or something, I don't know. They remind me of the raiders you'd see in like Fallout or something. But the moment with the guy that attacks Joel was pretty weak in terms of the acting and the stunt work. Like he literally just grabs the dude and chokes him barely, and he's apparently just dead. And then he just falls to the ground, like, in a really weak way. But Joel gets stabbed. He didn't even know. He looks down, he's stabbed. So yeah, this was in the game. There's a big part of the game where, like, that's what the DLC is kind of based around, is while Joel's out mending, there's like a flashback of what happens. Ellie and her friend. And that's why I'm thinking next episode is going to be that episode. Joel's going to be like, I guess she's going to help him somehow get medicine or whatever. And then Jill's going to be probably passed out. And I'm thinking that she's going to be like having a flashback of her moment with Riley, or she's going to be telling Joel about it while he's passed out. So yeah, then the ending moment, Bella killing it again with the acting, and Joel's here bleeding out. We don't know what's going to happen. It's a cliffhanger, even though I know he's not going to die. We all know he's not really going to die. We know he's not going to die. I feel like Tommy could be in more, but it feels like a lot happened. A lot happened in this episode. So, but another great episode. Not my favorite episode so far. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Well, that's it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next week.